2. Good morning, beautiful souls. Happy Monday. I'm just dropping in quickly with you this morning to shed some Monday morning wisdom and little truth bombs with you. I've been reflecting a little bit this weekend on that feeling of stuckness that a lot of us have been facing lately, because we've all been in this isolation and this feeling of like we can't move, we can't go and travel and do the things that we normally want to do, and that's intense. And what I've really been reflecting on was the time when I was crossing the Pacific Ocean. I was on a 38-foot yacht, and I, in true Danny style, just found this guy on the internet and jumped on his boat and wanted to come back from Sri Lanka. I was in Sri Lanka at the time, and I was like, I don't want to fly home. I'm going to find a boat to jump on, and I'm just going to sail home because that's more fun, and I've never done that before. Didn't have any sailing experience, had no idea what it was going to do for me mentally. And not only that, I also decided to invite my previous boyfriend on the boat with me, and we hadn't seen each other for 2 months. So there was so many dynamics happening. And wow, I really learned so much about myself and how I handle things mentally. Because when we're in a feeling, when we're on a small actual surface area, like I was when I was on a boat, a 38-foot yacht, the actual distance that we had to move and go and get personal space was like 5 meters, 5 square meters, not even. And in the cockpit, we would have to spend most of our time there. So I was really learning how to deal with a new person that I had never really met before. And I was also dealing with the emotions that were coming up for me with this ex-partner of mine. And learning to sail and learning to be in the middle of the ocean with no shower and all these health issues going on at the same time. And I realized that in this moment, I am literally a speck in the middle of the ocean. I'm just bobbing along in the middle of this grand ocean for days on end, and my mind was just in loop, thinking the same thing over and over again. And I was getting anxiety, and I was getting this stuckness, and I can't go, I can't get off, I can't move. All I could do was tap into the tools that I know help me shift my mindset, which at the time I was doing like meditation, and I was doing some exercise, which was really hard when the boat's moving like this all the time, and journaling. And this was helping to a degree. But what I really found to be the most exciting thing for me, and this actually happened when we were about to die, I would say. That's a story for another time, because that's a long story and I don't have time for that today. But when things got really wrong on the boat, and the wind direction changed dramatically from a southeasterly to a northwesterly, and picked up to 25 knots from 9 knots, and the mainsail sheet broke, and the engine lit on fire, and this all happened within 20 minutes. And when you look at that, you start to think, like, how am I going to react? Like, what am I going to do? Like, when you don't have any sailing experience, you can that's like when you really know how to deal with things under pressure. And it wasn't until a couple of days later where I was sitting on the bow of the boat, and I was looking, the ocean had finally calmed down slightly, and we were in the middle of fixing the engine and the mainsail because that was broken. And we actually had another 5 days before we were going to reach Australia. And that then meant that we had another 4 days on top of those 5 days, because the mainsail was broken, the head sail was torn. So we had all this time to like fix the things, to spend more time together. And I was sitting on the bow of the boat taking some alone time. And I was looking at the waves just crashing past and just going so quickly. And I realized that where my mind had been before was like I was just the boat. And if I became the water, then I could change my perspective completely. I could be the water shifting past me. And if I just became that water, then I could let go of everything. And that's when I really learned that I have the capacity to change my thoughts at any point in time. And what we know now with science, which you probably saw on a post yesterday, if you didn't, have a look, that we can change our gene expression in 4 days by the power of our thoughts. Good morning, beautiful souls. And we can do that purely by changing what we say to ourselves. So in that moment, I let go of the monkey mind that was tripping in my brain, and I became the water, and I detached from my thoughts. I let the thoughts go. Each time they came in, I acknowledged them. I said, thank you for being there. And then I let them go. And with that feeling of letting them go and that actual visualization, so went the fear, the feeling of stuckness, the feeling that I was completely out of control. And what came to me was that feeling of freedom. I am now the ocean. I have the capacity to be as free flowing and vast and exciting and deep as the ocean. Like, I can actually do that. So at any point when you feel like you're overwhelmed with anxiety, stuckness, like you have no choice, I invite you to consider being like the ocean. Allow your thoughts to come in, acknowledge them, and just let them go. Let them drop past you like they were the freedom and the flow of the ocean, and let it go. And what I've also found to be a really powerful tool is journaling them out. Whatever it is, just flowing on a piece of paper. Let it go, burn it, get rid of it. You've acknowledged it, and then you can release it. So those little Monday morning bombs for you, may you receive them. And I will drop in another time with the full story of the Pacific Ocean. I'll let you guys know. Sending you so much love. Happy Monday. I'll see you soon.